He did a little tattoo for you?
Yes, sir. It was a tattoo right here. It says, I'm enough.
I'm enough. Mm-hmm. And did he charge you for that?
He did not, because I paid the $2,000 up
Is that
front.
correct, Mr. Collins?
Yes, sir. The fact that she's spending a good amount of money with me, I wanted to, show
How much was she going to spend?
So she agreed to pay $2,000 up front before she had signed the consent form. I consider that as a deposit, being that we're going to continue the work, and that wasn't the full amount. It's not going to be $2,000 or $4,000 to have your whole entire arm done.
That's not true.
You're saying that it would have been more?
Yes, sir.
Did you give the defendant cash, or did you gave him money through Venmo?
No, I gave him cash. I was going to pay with
How much cash did you give?
$2,000. I was going to pay with a card, but he said that I couldn't pay with the card, and so I went to my bank, and then I pulled out $2,000. And
what did you do with the $2,000?
Cocaine and hookers.
Sorry?
I'm sorry?
Cocaine and hookers. My apologies.
I didn't say what you
Answering
did
honestly.
with the $2,000. No, I just wanted to know how much of that money you kept and how much you gave to the shop owner.
$600 would be what the studio's percentage is as a private contractor. We pay 30 to 35%, or depending on what the studio's guidelines are.
How much did you give the owner?
$600.
$600. So you pocketed $1,600.
Yes, sir.
And used it pretty quickly, I imagine. Okay.
Wow.
So now the plaintiff eventually said she didn't want to go forward with this. Why didn't you give her back the $1,600?
She contacted me a week later saying that her husband was the one that had a problem with the tattoo going forward, which is not my problem.
Did you make it clear to her?
Yes, sir.
That the $2,000 would be non-refundable?
I mean, I tried to explain it pretty good, being that she was handing me $2,000 in cash, letting her know that it's non-refundable, that it goes towards any other types of costs that are for the tattoos. So I had already created the artwork and thrown it away at that point, or I would have that.
But please put your hand down. Okay. You drew up artwork
I was
for
in the
her?
process.
Because in your answer you said you don't do it until the day of the tattoo.
The day of the tattoo, but I will start trying to create something so that I have something to present to them. In the event that they don't like it, then I draw it for them there so that they have input on what it is.
Yes, Ms. Green, what did you want to say?
It wasn't a week. I went in there on the 12th because that was the day before my birthday, set everything up. On the 14th, I went and spoke with a friend, and they were like, Tamar, that's a lot of money for a tattoo. So they were trying to figure out like what we can do. So they were just like, maybe he's just that good. And some people do charge a lot for a tattoo. And so I was just like, hey, can I see what it looks like? And he was just like, no, I don't do any work until the day of. Who would do work and not get paid for it, that type of thing. It wasn't a $2,000 deposit. It was $100 a day. If I would have just gave him the $100 a day, if I didn't show up those 2 days, he would have just kept the $100. I was okay with that.
And you're not asking for that.
I'm not asking for that. I was just like, hey, I understand. I'm canceling this. I was just like, I'll pay you for the 2 days deposit. And then I was just like, since you did do the tattoo, the free tattoo, I will even cover that. But it's not $2,000 worth.
How much did you ask him for initially?
$1,700 initially, because that's what I forgot that I did 2 days. And he was like, no, you did 2 days, because he even wrote me an email, or he sent me a text. And he was just like, it's $100 a day for deposit, so that's $200, and I'm charging you $300 for that tattoo I did. And so he was just like, that's $1,500, so I'll give you $1,500 back. That's $500, so I'll give you $1,500 back. I didn't respond right away, and then when I did respond, I was just like, are you really charging me $300 for a tattoo that says I am enough, that took you less than 30 minutes? And then that must have made him mad. And then he responded back, and he was like, well, I spoke to the owner. The owner said the deposit for the day should have been $400, so now I'm charging you.
And the owner denied that?
Yes, and the owner denied that.
And the owner gave you $600
Yes, and they
back.
were just like, they were just like, we talked to him.
Didn't you say in your text exchange with the plaintiff that you would give her back $1,000?
I was trying to be nice to her because at that point she was literally texting me like 4 or 5 times a day, just being argumentative, telling me what my prices should be, and I'm a private contractor. I mean, I feel like if she doesn't like the price, then she shouldn't have initiated the business with me. And I have the fact that she signed and agreed to my waiver.
But didn't you say that you would give her back $1,000?
I was trying to be nice at that point,
So what's changed your mind? You're not trying to be nice anymore?
Well, I'm not trying to give her anything anymore because, one, she had already agreed that it was non-refundable, and I just was tired of her harassing me, so I was trying to get her off my ass.
When did she agree that it was non-refundable?
I told her that in the beginning, before. She'd actually left the studio after
I saw the agreement that she signed with you. There's nothing on that agreement about deposits.
There is no reference to the deposit, but once I had told her that it was non-refundable, she went...
You mean orally you told her that?
Yes.